Hello, hello, hello. Oh, hello. How is everyone doing? Hope you're doing okay. Please let me know if you can hear me okay. Please let me know if you can hear me okay. Parilla time. Hello, Parilla time. So, hey, Parilla time is first. Inquisitor Bacon is second. Hey, guys. Guys, this is going to be a short stream. I'm trying to do a test my internet. My plan was to do a G-Man stream today, but I don't want to do a G-Man stream while my internet's playing up. So I've been on the phone with the internet company and they need me to try this out. So fingers crossed and hopefully this works. How's everyone doing? Perilla time, how are you? You seem to be getting here first. So yes, I think we need to give you a medal, an award, something. Yeah, a badge. Yes. Inquisitor Bacon, how are you? And how is bacon, bits, and sugar? Remind me, bacon, bits, and the missus and your daughter. How are both of them doing? Carnival Sabe. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hello, hello, Carnivor's Abe. I've been laughing the last time. the last the last time you were here. Oh, that was so funny. That was so funny. Uh, and yes, your next stream. I've set my reminder ready for your next stream because I know that is going to be something. Guys, I suggest you sign up to go subscribe to Carnivor's Ape. He usually does some very interesting conversations and he's got one set up. I think it's on the 9th of this month, and I can already see it being a um, a wonderful stream already. So I will put the link to your channel here. Hawia, hello, Hawia, good to see you. Respect. Oh, Crimson Centurion, hello. We hear you good. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lilith. Talofoa, hello, Lilith. Good to see you. I'm listening and hope it is all is well. Yes. Oh, Scapegoat Iscariot. Hello. Good to see you, Scapegoat. Scapegoat Iscariot. I hear that sultry voice, you minx, you. Okay. Right. Well, the 8th your time, 9th my okay, right. So it's coming up as on the 9th. So I will put the link. Let me put the link to your channel here. Guys, do subscribe. He does do some very whenever he gets the chance. He's not usually streaming all the time, but when he does stream, they're good streams. That I would say. Hang on, let me can even say. Oh, so the stream is titled Apes Accords. Can we come together and talk about the hard things? As the great ape, let's see, what's he put here? As the great ape expresses himself by beating his chest, come share your opinion, be heard, and we will be including the chat in this discussion about male privilege and toxic masculinity and toxic femininity. Oh, okay, right. I'll be there. Let's copy that and put that in the chat. Inquisitor Bacon, you done it? Thank you. Thank you, Inquisitor Bacon. Appreciate that. Thank you. Afro-humanists. I hope you guys are doing well. What if I told you that I found a Christian who might be on par, if not a little worse than G-Man? Inquisitor Bacon, bring it on. Bring it on. We thrive on that kind of stuff around here. Bring it on. Bring it on, Inquisitor Bacon. Hey, Phil.
Hi. Hi, hi, hi.
Hello. Crimson has subbed.
Hello.
Thank you. Gothic. Oh, can YouTube not read Gothic? Read Gothic. Oh, okay.
Mm.
Are we having is Gothic? Is that a special kind of? I used to be afraid of goths when I was younger. Oh, when I see Gothic people, I
Oh.
because they when I look at them, I think devilish, demonic, and
Mm.
all that stuff. So when I see one who is Gothic,
Mm.
I'm hitting the opposite direction. I don't care what you say.
Hi,
But
Crimson City.
but now I think such irrational fear, such
Yeah.
irrational fear. No, 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 no.
Mm-hmm.
Such irrational fear.
Hi,
Mrs.
Lilith.
Parker, no, he doesn't do a lot of shit. No. Hey, Mrs. Parker. Mrs. Parker,
Hi,
I'm
Mrs.
going to
Parker.
Mrs. Parker, I need to talk to you about something. I will message you. So yes, she gigs. If I remember correctly, your email is she gigs. Uh, I'll find it. I'll message you. Okay, Scapegoat says yes. Bring it on. Phil Wagwan. Phil
Mm-hmm.
Wagwan.
Just here, cool,
Phil
relaxing
Phil
a
is
little bit.
always cool. Okay, Gothic is what my name is written in. Okay,
Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
I can read it. It says
Yeah,
Crimson
Crimson
Centurion.
Centurion.
Is it the font? Are you on about the
The
font?
font.
That's a unique font. I've never seen that
Yeah.
one before. Not on here.
No, no, I hear.
Hmm. Oh, Inquisitor Bacon, please let us know who that person is. I'm sure Mrs. Parker, she loves those kind of people. So
Mm-hmm.
let us know. Mrs. Parker, apparently, Inquisitor Bacon reckons they might have found someone who is worse than G-Man. And I
No.
know that sort of thing interests you. So yes, bring it on. Derek, hello, Derek. Derek is
Mm-hmm.
on Facebook
Facebook.
watching. Right,
Mm-hmm.
that's fantastic, Derek.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Delete laws. Okay. Ooh, okay. This is YouTube channel. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's share this here. And don't forget to subscribe to Carnivor's 8 because he's got a stream on the, well, it's the 9th for me. It's the 8th for him. But I've put his link in the chat. So yes. Okay. Apparently the queen's death has spiritual implications.
Definition.
When these pastors start hearing from God, when God starts revealing stuff to these people,
Mm.
you have to ask the question, why? Why? Why will God just single out you out of the billions of people on this earth and tell you what the spiritual implications are for the Queen's passing? You're over there in the US. She was over here in the UK, and she's
Mm-hmm.
been buried. Buried, it's finished, it's done. But apparently, her death has spiritual implications. Hmm. Phil, can she not just die in peace?
Apparently not.
No?
Apparently not.
There's spiritual
Because
implications
spiritual implications. Oh gosh.
to her
I
death.
wonder what these other
Hmm.
spiritual implications
All
are.
right, then listen. We'll find out. We will find out what these spiritual implications are. Hmm. All right. Let's hear this.
Well, God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. I want to welcome you out to the Whitfield Harrington Show. This is a show where we take a look at things that are going on in our natural world and we try to see things through a set of spiritual lenses. So, as always, let me begin with a prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this privilege, this opportunity to come by way of radio and internet to speak to your people, oh God, and those who are listening.
Okay. Thank you.
To be
You
able to
can
speak
skip
to you
me.
again, especially concerning
I'm
the things
not
that are going on in
interested
our
in the
world and try to
prayers.
take
No.
a spiritual
No.
perspective of the things that are going on in our world. Well, we live in a time where we get the news instantly. You know, if you back up the world maybe 200-300 years from
Okay. I'm still having the same trouble, aren't I?
now, many of us
Mm-hmm.
probably would have not known that the Queen had died,
Oh,
except there
still.
were the time periods where we have telegraphs and things would get around the world a little quicker with telegraphs. But we live in the internet age, and so we know
Exactly.
instantly when things happen wherever they are in the world.
Or
So we're
could it
familiar with
be
that
one
But
dynamic.
but
second?
the resolution at 480 might not stick. Might not.
Which one? Here, this one?
Yeah, the one that you're showing, put the
Okay.
resolution at
Yeah, I've done
480.
that. Yeah, I've done that. Let's see
Mm-hmm.
if that helps.
Now. And the Queen has been laid to rest.
Okay.
Amen. Prayers are with the royal family, amen, and
Amen.
with the nations as well. You know, there's something very interesting about this because I talked about the spiritual implications of the Queen's death, but the Lord showed me something
The
that was
Lord
much deeper
showed him
than what I
something.
originally
Thing,
spoke on
no,
one morning. I was in
always
prayer.
same.
Now, when people start talking about the Lord showing them
Sure,
something,
then, yeah,
before they go on further, you have to ask them, how do we know that it's the
no,
Lord who is talking to you?
correct.
And which Lord?
And rich Lord. Mm-hmm.
No, because there's Lord,
So many lords.
the
There's
different lords.
Vishnu. There's Vishnu,
That's right.
Brahma. Mm, there's
Which Lord?
Zeus.
And how do I? So if I'm
Distinguish.
listening to you, how do I know that in fact you are listening, or rather you're hearing from a Lord? Can you imagine? Anybody can claim to be hearing from God or Lord, whoever these people are listening to. But unfortunately, a lot of Christians would not ask. You see them in the chat. Oh, thank you, brother. You've confirmed everything I've been dreaming. You've confirmed everything I've been thinking. Just no one asks nothing. Someone just sits there, wears his nice little suits and, looking all nice and tell you he's listening to the Lord. Do you know whether the guy is, what's hearing voices?
Yeah. How do you distinguish?
How do you
Um,
distinguish?
yeah, because people claim they hear voices and then they get psychological evaluations and they
Mm,
realize they're having some mental issue where there might be. I know sometimes persons who are schizophrenic or bipolar have that condition might hear
yeah.
stuff. I
Well, unfortunately, the-
experience with being with someone who was bipolar, is bipolar, and they do, especially when they are off their medication, they tend
mhm,
to hear things or see things. So, even sometimes when some persons get hit in their head, sometimes depending on which part of their head
hmm.
receive the blow, it can cause them to hallucinate and have visions.
You know why? You know why I'm laughing? Because can you imagine some of these people have real issues going on
Yeah,
and they
and
think
then
there's a God speaking to them.
God speaking to them, but
My
I know Ellen
goodness.
G. White. Ellen G. White was the same, and she always claimed she is having these visions and hearing God. And then there was a lot of contradiction. Come back and say, "Oh, God contradict what God told her before,"
Mm,
and
mm,
said, "Oh,
mm.
God now telling her this and that." But it is amazing how people just fall for these sort of things, thinking that it is some spiritual awakening or revelation. When we
Mhm.
know we have scientific evidence to show that when people are hearing voices, It might be something mental going on
Oh.
there, you
Hmm.
know. Not that you're disparaging the person, is not disparaging, but it is sad that persons don't get help when these
Exactly.
things happen. And it's because, again, religion creates
Mm.
these things that's okay as long as it's talking about or they're hearing these voices from God or hearing angels, and just because they say they are hearing angels and voices, as long as you're saying they're hearing voices or hearing, no, you gotta question.
Because you've got to. You owe it to yourself at least. Ugh. Anyway, let's carry on. Let's hear
Mm-hmm.
what's the Queen's
Prayer.
death.
And the Lord
Mm-mm-mm.
just gave me a glimpse of something,
The Lord
of
gave him a
how a
glimpse.
person can pass away in a family. And that person could really be sort of the matriarch or the patriarch of the family that's holding the family together. But when that individual passes away, all of a sudden, the true colors of people in the family come out. Let's just
Pause
go
a
there for a
minute.
minute, all right? Because this is what God showed
Yeah,
me.
that is no revelation. We know that from observation. And mostly he was pondering and thinking about these things, and it came to his mind, and he's claiming it's God.
No, but Phil, listen. God has to reveal to him something that we already know,
Mm, mm,
something that we already see working out. My dad
working.
passed. My dad passed
Mm-hmm,
recently, and you know about the problems that have come about because of his death. Those are real
mm-hmm,
life issues that have. But he needed God to reveal that to him, something the rest of the world already knows. Without a God, is that not is that God not lame?
mm,
But you would think
mm-hmm,
that the God will reveal better things to him, show him
mm-hmm,
how he made the universe, how he
mm,
made the planets, and how he made. Uh,
mm-hmm.
uh, no, he reveals to him something we have
No.
already sussed out ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's
Yes.
I guess that's the way God operates.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Eh,
You know how grandmother dies and you got maybe 4 or 5 children that they each have their own personalities. And as
Yeah.
soon as grandmother dies, they start showing how ignorant they can act upon someone's dying. All right, follow me here. I don't mean to cast, you know, a shadow on any particular family or any such thing, but I just randomly want to pick one celebrity's death so we can kind of get a snapshot of what I'm saying. The legendary soul singer James Brown, he died maybe about 10 years ago, and his family members argued over his estate
okay.
so long that even after a year had passed, they hadn't even agreed to bury him. They couldn't even come to an agreement where to bury him. All right. So just to show you in modern terms what I'm referring to, that many of us, if we've ever been around, the grieving table, trying to put together a funeral, you have seen how things can easily get out of hand when someone passes away, and you really know that people didn't really say what they wanted to say simply because that person was still alive.
Okay. Can I just say
Yeah. Pause. Yeah. Go
can I
ahead.
just say when the queen died, unless there's something I'm missing, nothing went awry with her death.
No. No.
Everything went according to plan. We even watched it live on screen. Everything was set. Look, that woman already had signed. She knew everything what was going to happen to her in her death before she died. She had chosen where she wanted to be buried. She wanted to be buried with her husband and her mom. Everything was all set. So I'm not understanding what he's trying to get at here, but I don't know. He's he's going somewhere. So let's listen.
And what God was showing me was the
God.
death of the queen is now going to unleash many of the true feelings of people.
Right.
not just in the royal family. Watch.
Phil,
Mm-hmm.
did did the Queen's death unleash any feelings for you?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay. The people in chat, Miss Parker, Dr. Cyrus, Crimson Centurion, Scapegoat Iscariot, uh, who else? Carnivorous Ape,
Mm-hmm.
Lilith, who else? Inquisitor Bacon.
Teal.
Okay,
Telex.
T-Lex. Okay, please tell me, did you guys get any feelings after the Queen's death? Because I need to know. Because don't get me wrong, she was an important figure. She was important, especially myself who lives in the UK, right? Important
Mm-hmm.
figure and all of that. But never met this woman a day in my life. She was just the queen of the country I live in, and that's it, really.
Mm-hmm.
Feelings, yeah, feelings of sadness. Okay, the queen is dead now, but I just lost my dad just before the queen died. So I, I'm I I don't know. Just what kind of feelings am I? What kind of feelings people supposed to have?
Supposed to have.
Hmm. I guess let me
Mm-mm.
see. Let me look in the chat. Some people might have feelings. Let's see. Um. Let's see. Human beings. Human. Okay. Let's see. Some people might just have. Amazing how much the coverage the Queen's death got here in the U.S. Interesting. Mm, I guess he's trying to say that death brings out the worst in people. Okay. Right. Let's see. Not too bad. Okay. Back at work. Let's see. The only feelings I got from the Queen's death was, ooh,
Wow.
be nice. Be nice, Dr. Cyrus. Look, I didn't give a shit for real, for real. I don't know why America cares, but I did watch the wedding. Okay, that was good. I watched a bit of that. Okay, so Crimson, no, no, no. Her history was not kind. Mm, mm, mm. Yes, that right there. That. Mm, okay.
Mm-mm.
What else? So nobody had feelings, no? All right. I believe my reaction was a mild huff, kind of like the sound of an annoyed husky makes. Okay, so you
Mm.
guys, okay, thank you all, because I was thinking maybe it's me. There's something wrong with me for not having these feelings. So Phil, you didn't get feelings too. Okay, no feels, right? Hey D.
Heidi.
Okay, let's see what else here.
Mhm.
this. But everywhere spiritually speaking, that the royal family had a connection to from a position of the throne. Meaning, America is really how do we call it? I don't even know. A divorced child of the throne.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
were, originally a part of that kingdom, but then we declared our independence. But there is still
But
some spiritual connection that is there. There are many
really,
countries in Africa.
A divorced child.
a divorce. So Barbados is a divorced child then.
Nigeria is a divorced child.
Nigeria,
No, no, no.
Ghana.
Yeah, Nigeria is a divorced child. Yeah, because Nigeria was colonized by
Yeah,
England.
England.
Yeah.
Ghana
Hmm.
is the divorced child.
The
What?
UK has many divorced children.
India is a divorced child.
Yeah, divorced.
What the
Yeah.
madness?
Meanwhile, there's still countries that still are not divorced just yet, hoping to be divorced from this
It's
monstrosity.
completely.
All right.
Barbados last year went completely divorced.
Just last year. Wait, are you saying
Yeah,
Barbados just
November,
last year?
a year ago almost. Yeah,
That's just last year.
yeah.
Oh
I know St.
wow.
Lucia, I think, is thinking about it, and St. Vincent, I think Jamaica too.
Oh wow.
considering.
Okay. Oh, divorced children.
Mm-hmm.
God, in different places around the world that
Right.
have spiritual connections to the throne. But now
What
you're about
spiritual
to see,
connections?
it's already started, the true colors of some of the royal family come out. You're about to see even some of the true feelings of some of the nations towards the royal family unfold. This is what God
Hmm.
showed me. And
Mhm.
I'm just trying to keep it as simple as
Yeah,
I can so
baby.
you can
But
grasp
but
it. You know,
but our nations had displayed their true feelings about the
The
throne and
monarchy.
the queen, the monarchy, long before. So there's nothing, as you said,
Listen,
he's just declaring what people have seen already and before.
I went to an event just after the Queen died and she'd been buried. Just a few days. It was the day after? No, a week after.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to this British woman, white British woman, and I asked her, "Oh, did you catch the Queen's funeral on television?" She said, "No." Says she said to me, "I do not like the monarchy. I hate what they stand for, and I will not watch anything to do with that family." And I was there thinking, oh, whoa. I had to ask, why? Why such strong reaction? And she said to me that the idea of a monarchy in 2022 is something that needs to be what was the word she used? She just don't like the idea. I'm sure she had reasons, but she didn't really go into depth. But she just said that the idea of a monarchy in 2022, hmm, and she said she has written some petitions to some places. Shit, I said, oh my god, this.
Mm.
There's some people who are asking the question, why do we need this monarchy? Why do we need it? Once upon
Why?
a time it was
Mm-hmm.
good, but no longer, right? So these people have these emotions. It's nothing new. It's nothing new at all. It's nothing new. And Phil, do you know that now that the king's taking over, right? The king, King Charles, right? You know, King Charles, because he is king, there are some things that King Charles can never be accused of. So if King Charles rapes
Hmm.
somebody, he cannot be prosecuted. He cannot be. There's nothing can happen to him. Nothing. It's in the law. It's signed law
Mm-hmm.
because he is king. So
Oh, yeah.
there's some certain privileges that they get that some people are totally against because what makes you special? What makes you special and the others not so special?
No, so, mm-hmm.
What about taxes? What about the monies that,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? Let's not get into that conversation. Hmm.
when grandmama died and she wanted her pastor to preach the funeral, but two of the grandchildren didn't like the pastor, so they didn't want him to preach the funeral, and it created a big commotion, those types of things. It runs deeper than that now, because now there are nations that feel like, we've remained loyal to this system for a while. Why should we continue to play along with this, ceremonial title of a king and a queen now when we govern ourselves? And
Wait,
what was so
this,
interesting, I
so you
saw
needed
one of
God
the
to reveal that to
papers
you?
there in the UK, they
You
posted just
know?
a brief article discussing how democracy was designed to prevent tyrants from rising. But it has not been as effective, according to this paper, according to the best of my ability to memorize it, it has not been effective, meaning democracy has not been as effective as keeping tyrants from emerging
Okay.
as the the system of just an old king in place or a queen in place has been
But
throughout the years, almost hinting that perhaps
Are we
But
going to?
all
Are
kings,
we? No, but what? uh, What has the Queen's death got to do with
tyrants.
this now? Phil, you were going to say
I don't
something.
know. Because he somehow is trying to say that it's better to have a king or a queen, and that
Let,
democracy has failed. Democracy has not failed. It is persons who get into power through through being
democracy
elected and become they get into power and then they um, usurp the
usurp their powers.
democratic process
Yeah.
and try to create where they skew the vote
Mm-hmm.
by unscrupulous or scrupulous
Means.
means,
Mm. I mean, like
right? And
in
mhm,
Africa now, you get people who are elected through the democratic system, and the moment they get in there, they start to write these laws that makes them become
yeah,
the presidents for life.
life, right?
You have
And but
presidents in
similar thing in the
Africa who've
United
been there
States.
for 40 years.
And who said
One,
democracy
there,
was to prevent tyrants?
there's one president, I forget the name, the country where this was. After he got there, then he now changed the laws. So he
Yeah,
on up until he dies, he suffered a
yes,
stroke. This man suffered a stroke, and then
but
they're trying to get his son to take over from him.
mm-hmm.
I
And
forgot
not
what
only
country
that,
this
but
is.
you see the same thing in Russia, because Putin is only supposed to run to a certain thing, and he
Oh
got in power,
yeah.
and now he changed the law so he can be in basically for life.
Hmm. Okay.
It is not democracy failing. It is wicked men trying to usurp democracy,
Mm-hmm.
and then that is not democracy anymore. So his thinking is very skewed. And then talking about kings, kings
Mm-hmm.
are the most despicable. Kings and queens could be most despicable tyrants
Over time, yes.
over time,
History
and
of
then
these
people
people.
have no choice. They have to live under that tyrant's
Mm-hmm.
behavior. Whereas now with democratic process, you have a more likelihood of kicking the person out,
Yeah. Ian Davenport.
or people
Hello.
not doing what it's supposed to do. The government can be kicked out by the masses.
Mm-hmm.
So his thinking, is he trying to work towards a theocracy
Just
thing?
just hold that thought, Phil.
Yeah.
Hold that thought for a second, because the next few words come out of his mouth might just answer your question.
Mm.
And Miss Parker saying, what's his point? We're hoping to get there. We're hoping to get to his point. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. Okay, come on, Mister. Let's hear you.
Democracy is not the best option. You don't need to fear a tyrant, is what they were saying. If you get a good king, if you get someone that loves the people and treats the people well, then perhaps that's something that
That's a
democracies
big
should begin to look for. And I just thought that was so interesting that at the timing that they would produce such a statement, that you feel the need to educate us on how effective democracy has been and how effective the monarchs have been, considering that the monarchs allowed democracies to thrive just so they could stay alive. All right. If we're going to dig through history, understand that the monarchs gave up the power to the parliament so that they, at the time, I'm not exactly sure what king it was, because basically his back was to a wall and a knife to his neck. And he consented to give some of the power to the people to govern themselves in
Mhm.
parliament. But that's just sort of the underlining of what's happening here. But now you're about to see all of these things come out. I can't help but to point out this, because this is something that came up during sessions of prayer.
Mm.
I
Oh
kept
God,
seeing different
Sesh-
members of the royal family. I just keep seeing
sessions
their
of
faces, keep
prayer.
seeing their faces. One in particular is Prince Harry.
Oh God.
And I know that the Lord is showing some things that he needs prayer. All right. Not that anything is seriously wrong with him, but it's as if now they're going to show their true colors towards him and his wife. I had this strange vision while praying. I was praying, and I saw this group of people that were sitting around in a room. And it was as if they were in maybe a dining facility, a large facility where people were sitting in their chairs. And all of a sudden, this young lady walked in, and she had maybe about 2 children with her. She walked in graciously and she took a seat.
God.
Then all of a sudden, this other young lady came in on her way to her seat. But on her way to her seat, she stumbled. She stumbled, and it became noticeable because the hall was filled and everybody was kind of just looking at her. But when she stumbled, she didn't really regain her balance. She stumbled again and again and again, and she continued to stumble until her hair was all over her head, and she looked out of place. And I never saw her take a seat, and the vision ended. And I knew then that what God was saying to me was the reference to the 2 marriages of the 2 princes, Prince William and Prince Harry. When his wife married, she came in, took a seat with her children. And then all of a sudden, the younger Prince Harry got married. And in the process of his marriage, there were some stumbles, right? Not falls, but stumbling that took place with him and his wife. And now it's all over the news, and all of these different things are going on. And now it's getting to the point where God is revealing that young man and his wife need serious prayers, because it's as if the enemy wants him to commit suicide.
Oh,
all right. But it is my
the enemy
Mm-mm.
want Prince Harry
To commit suicide.
to commit suicide. So the Christians of the world need to band together and do what, Phil? It's Phil there. Phil. The Christians of this world have to band together and pray for Harry. They got to pray for Harry. I'm high, but this is dumb. Till. Okay, guys, it's time to pray. Everyone, get your is it prayer mats or whatever you pray? We just get them out. It's time to pray for Harry. There are people who are going hungry who've not eaten. You want me to pray for Harry? There are people that don't know where their next meal is going to come from. You want me to go and pray for Harry so Harry doesn't commit suicide? There are people that have not eaten who are about to go and commit suicide for real. Oh. They're about to go and kill themselves. Me sitting here, I should go and pray for Harry. Because why? Goodness gosh. We need to pray. No, we need to pray for Harry. Harry has all the money he needs to get himself help. If Harry is going through issues, he's got all the money in the world. He can get himself help. There are people that cannot get help at all. They don't know where help is going to come from. No, we shouldn't bother about those. We should go and pray for the privileged people of this. Please. What kind of thing is this? All right, scapegoat Iscariot. See you later. Can you imagine telling us we should poop Harry? Exactly. What about Harry? You're evil, pray for Harry. Theo says Harry wouldn't give you. Can you imagine this? Okay, let's hear the rest of this. And pray for Harry.
prayer that will not happen to him, because a lot of the things that they have said, we don't know what all happened behind closed doors. But let me tell you, sometimes God will show you some things, and you can come out and says, I don't think they're lying. All right, I know, because I'm seeing things now emerge on television. Let's just call a spade a spade. When you invite people to a funeral, and you let the dignitaries of certain countries come in with their motorcades, and you roll out the red carpet for them, but then you take a different group that come in from Africa, and you tell them to get on buses, and you bust them in through the back, and you treat them differently. The cameras will pick that up.
What?
All right. And there is something else the cameras picked up. I have to say this because it's on TV. All right, let me just mention it. There's a clip that's being floated around the internet now where the new installed king is shaking hands with people. I don't know, Doc, have you seen this video I'm talking about? You got to see this, where there's a group of people in line waiting to shake hands with him. And the camera is facing, away, and he's coming towards the camera. But between the people and the camera, there is clearly an African on the front line, with everybody on the front, waiting to shake his hand. And when he gets to this man who is next, you can clearly see he's a black man. He does something strange where he turns around and he says something to the security guard. He throws his hands up in the air and walks right by the man.
Okay.
And then the man throws his hand around and catches it before he bypasses him. And so
Okay.
this has sort of been playing like, wait a minute, did you not know how this was going to look in front of the cameras? Did you not understand that? Is this some of what Meghan and Harry
So, is there a spiritual implication of the king not shaking hands with the black man? Is there something? Okay, if that was deliberate, I saw that video and okay, guys, I don't know. The things that I see, I'm usually not quick to just make judgments. I don't know. I don't like to look at something and just say, "Oh, he was being racist. He didn't shake his hand. He didn't." I honestly cannot tell you. It looked like he avoided the black man, but I would still be cautious before I make such statements because I honestly don't know. I it looks like it, but maybe there are spiritual implications and God is revealing it to this man. So I bet we need to uh ask God what that was all about.
has been saying starting to come out now in plain view? Well, I believe we're about to see a whole lot more than that. I believe it's going to not only just be from the crown, but it's also going to be from the nations back towards the crown, which
Okay.
is going to lead to a lot of hostility in the world, instability. You have to understand that there are times we live in where a stage needs to be set for an antichrist figure to come forward, meaning there needs to be
Oh my
controversy,
God.
turmoil, contention, confusion,
Oh
fighting, and
no.
someone has to come and say, hey, I have all the answers. This is what we need to do to calm everyone down. So there almost needs to be a
Antichrist.
boiling of humanity for someone to come in like a ice cube and just cool everything down. So this is what's starting to happen spiritually. When you see now all of a sudden Russian soldiers running from the battlefield, right? But
Guys, Charles not shaking hands with that black man is a sign. The Antichrist is coming. You know that Antichrist, some of you were Christians before. You know about this big bad person, the Antichrist. I don't know what you've been told about the Antichrist. Because you know in Christianity, they can never get their act together. All have different versions of this thing. Oh, it's a man. Oh, it's a it's a being. It's going to come from. It's going to come from America. Obama is the Antichrist. Uh, George Bush is the Antichrist. They can never make up their minds. I've been hearing about this Antichrist from when I was a baby. That he's coming, he's coming, he's coming. They've been expecting this person, this thing. I don't know what on earth is the Antichrist. So, but you know what, guys? The signs here. We've seen it. Maybe the king. Ah, could Charles be the Antichrist? Have you guys asked that question? It could be Charles. Uh-huh. Right. Could just be Charles.
then they decide to mobilize 300,000 addition, soldiers. In my opinion, is really
Hey
just a bluff
El.
because you don't even have weapons for 300,000. Don't have weapons for the ones they have now, and it's creating additional turmoil among the nations concerning what's about to happen now. But this is just
Okay.
in the physical what God is showing. It even gets to the point now to where natural disasters are
Natural
coming into play.
disasters.
Earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes. These things are starting to rise and are going to continue to rise. Now, there are some things that will happen. There are some things that you can pray that they don't happen and they may not happen. I have a calling that when I see certain things, sometimes I don't say certain things because I always try to pray.
My question is this: why are Christians so fearful? If these things, the Antichrist, uh, um, hurricanes, all these bad things are going to happen. Shouldn't you be happy? Shouldn't you rejoice that you will finally be raptured and go meet your Savior, Jesus Christ? And then we will be here on earth. Shouldn't these people be happy? Why are they so terrified of the apocalyptic events that are supposed to happen in that their Revelations book? The beast with 7 heads, is it 8 heads or 7 heads? Jesus will come down on his throne with his what was it now? His robe will be blood filled. All these dramatic events that are going to happen, but you find that Christians are terrified. There are some Christians now that they have started building bunkers. They started building underground places for when this apocalyptic events happen. They're ready. Some of them, they're ready because they don't want that 666 mark on their head. I just so afraid. I don't understand it. If you're a Christian and you believe in all these events that are supposed to herald the second coming of Jesus Christ, I, I I should think that you would be rejoicing, that you would be on top of the moon, because finally you get to go and meet your maker, your creator. Oh well, what do I know?
For God's mercy. And there were times when God would tell me to step aside. Don't pray for mercy at this time. Don't pray the block at this time. And I'll let God do as he desires to do in these matters. But when it comes to natural disasters, you need to be prepared for a natural disaster.
Natural
You
disasters.
need
Be
to be
prepared, guys.
water stocked up for you and your family for X amount of days. I had a brother, I won't call his name. He was storing up water and just storing it up. And his wife would come in the house and say, why you got all this water? He says, what's wrong with having water? The day may come when you may need it. Now, all of a sudden, you can start seeing lakes drying up. There's a drought that's taking place across the world that is affecting.
Lakes are drying up. You better start storing water. Lakes are drying up, guys. Honestly, this tomorrow I need to go and get me some plastic containers. The lakes are drying up. Mm-hmm. We lakes are drying up. Very soon the oceans too will dry up. The rivers, everything is going to dry up. Some people have already started storing water. Okay. Religion. Religion is religion can make people just do the craziest of things. Can make people believe just the craziest of ideas. Mm-mm. They're storing water. Oh, all right.
Crops. And we must begin to dig deeper into this because now the world is saying this. God had me to start talking about this 2 years ago, that famine was coming. And some people were, well, is it only coming to America? I can't specify. But I doubt very seriously if a famine comes to America that is not going to affect the rest of the world. But there are people who have their ears open who are sharing what God has been.
Americans, if famine comes in America, guess what's going to happen? The whole world will partake in famine. There's going to be famine, natural disasters, Antichrist coming. All this. We're in serious trouble, guys. We are in serious trouble. According to this religion called Christianity, this world as we know it is in serious trouble. Lakes are drying out. Famine. Just think of the worst disasters you can think of. It's set to happen because one man named John, well, they didn't even know what his name was. They assumed he was John of Patmos. This man went off to an island by himself. He was by himself. Went to this island, came back from his island and said, I have visions. Visions. Hear me. God revealed to me. The people who were listening to the man had never heard this sort of thing before. And they put it in books. Ready. This is what's going to happen. Not one person thought to ask John of Patmos, Mr. John, were you drinking something before you had this so-called vision? Were you in a compromised situation? What were you thinking about before you had this vision? Were you high or something? Okay, Mr. John, how do we know that indeed this vision that you have received is from God? How do we test it before we put it in a book? No, nobody thought to do that. They just put it in a book. And now, thousands of years later, some people are storing water because of that John's vision. Someone said that religion is toxic. I completely agree.
And sharing with each and every one of us who have our ears open to hear what God is saying.
You guys have
Prepare
ears.
yourself,
Better
prepare
listen.
your household to the best of your ability. Study what you need to have in your home as far as putting things together for what is 3 months, 6 months, or a year, or whatever it may be. Have those things in place. Because when you really start looking now, just go in the grocery store and start looking at how much things cost. Ask the senior citizens. They know
Prices are
all right?
going up.
Especially people who are on fixed
The
income.
Antichrist
They
is
have
coming.
seen the increases, and they're only going to continue.
All
right?
right.
So it's time to be wise.
The prices of things always go up. It's been a constant that the prices of things will go up. But for some reason, for some people, the prices of your loaf of bread going up is very significant. It is a sign that they have been waiting for, a sign that the world is about to end. The world as we know it is about to end. You see some people when you see when you hear the news, things happening in the news. The war in between Ukraine and Russia. For some people, that war signifies the end of the world. Some people, you just look at events happening and automatically they can find verses in their book to back up what is happening in whatever part of the world, wherever they are. That book has deceived so many. That book, I'm talking about the Bible, has led so many into some delusions just by reading that. Some of them will open the Bible and God is speaking to them through the as they're reading, they believe that God is somehow speaking to them from. All right. Someone said religion is a mental illness. I would not say that, but you can see where they're coming from when they say that. You can sort of start to see where they're coming from.
in preparing ourselves for some of the things that we continue to see happen, to where when food shortages really hit, as we can see them coming slowly, all right, when they really begin to hit, you need to have things in order in your household for your family members, for your loved ones. Amen. If you got
Guys, make sure you get your sardines, your bread, milk, eggs, onions, vegetables. Very important. This one, tissue, toilet roll. You're going to need it for the apocalypse, the end of the world. You're going to need tissue. Don't forget. Stock up on tissue. Stock up on soap because you need to bathe during this end of the world events. What else are we going to need for this end of the world? Rice. Yeah, for some of you eat rice. Make sure you have everything you need for you and your family because things are going to happen, guys. The queen is dead. The spiritual implications. This is what we're looking at now. The spiritual implications of the queen's death. Things are about to start happening. You better get ready. Buy tissue tomorrow.
some space in your backyard, figure out how to grow something.
Eh,
I love
grow
the sight of the
something.
beautiful American.
Grow something. All of you, some of you, you live in the modern, very nice places, posh places where there are no places where you can plant anything. People that live in New York, I don't think you have any fields that you can plant anything. You better start relocating now to areas where you can have your own little farm. You're going to need it's going to come in handy in the near future. Better start planting stuff. And if you can't move, get pots, plant pots. Yes, start planting stuff. Tomatoes, onions, just plants, keep planting. Mm, mm, mm.
Suburban communities, but it's really a lot of wastage of land and water, especially when we spend hundreds of gallons of water to keep the grass just green and then cut it every week. All right. Perhaps we should consider putting some tomatoes in the backyard, if not the front
You see, tomatoes, yes. Mm-hmm.
yard. Something that's going to get some usage out of the land
Okay,
that we are
guys,
using,
let me
because we're living in a time now to where we're going.
so guys, before I came on this stream, right, I was going to do a G-Man stream tonight, but for some reason my internet's been playing up. So I spoke to the internet company, and from their end, everything's working great. Because I'm wondering why I keep having that lag. So this right here is a test, because I need to get back to them tomorrow to let them know if it's worked great. Because I don't know, I've done the upload and download freaking speed. My upload speed is 20 something odd. Download speed is 200 and something. Those numbers, I don't really know what those mean, but Phil reckons my upload speed is not very good. It's at 20 point something. My download speed apparently is great, 200 and something odd Mbps, mpbs, mega megabytes per second. No clue. So yes, just pardon those little circles. This is a nightmare.
going to have to know how to live off of the land again. You hear this term, the Great Reset. Well, what is being reset? Has anybody ever
Oh, the
bothered to
great
ask that question?
reset.
What is this term, the Great Reset? The Great Reset.
Oh, here we go again.
Reset. If you turn your computer off right now, what happens? You got to reset. You got to restart it, right? So that means society has to reset. If you just hypothetically thought about the reset of a economy, what is the basics of an economy? The ability to feed yourself, in my opinion. Can
Sounds
you eat?
correct.
There's no point
Yeah.
in going to work and
Okay.
not being able to eat. If you can't pay your bills and you can fight the people in court over the eviction notice, you still need to be able to eat.
So what I will do tomorrow, I'll go and change the Ethernet cable. Right. First thing tomorrow, I'll change the Ethernet cable. Let's start there. And but guys, do you think 20 is good for streaming? 20 Mbps, whatever that stands for, mpbs, mbps. Few things is no good. Do you guys think that's good? Because I don't know. I honestly don't know. So I'll change the Ethernet cable and ring them again. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
While you're waiting to be summoned to court. All right. So when you talk about the Great Reset, there are things that happen in the Old Testament, such as Noah's Ark. That was a reset. That was a complete reset
Oh. Okay,
of the
so
planet.
guys,
So is it something of that magnitude?
guys, there is a great reset. There is a great reset. Apparently, Noah's Ark was a reset.
Hi,
No,
hi.
hey, Noah's Phil, I'm still getting that lag thing.
I think, yeah, it's, you have to,
So I will need to. But what I will
yeah,
do, I'll change that Ethernet cable first thing tomorrow and see what happens.
right. Uh,
But
but
anyway,
did he get to the point where he's talking about hurricanes and
oh, we've gone past.
disasters?
We've gone past.
Because
Now we are on to the great reset. There's going to
uh,
be a great reset. Apparently, this man said Noah's Ark was the great reset. Does this man understand what
the
he is saying?
saying Noah's Ark did not
Listen,
exist.
listen. No. For the sake of argument, let's assume that it did happen.
Mm-hmm.
So God wanted to do a reset, and God, in his resetting, killed
Yeah,
all the children and the babies. Not one baby, not one youngster, not one infant, not one even in the belly,
correct,
made it out alive. And
correct.
somehow that was a reset.
A reset, really,
Eh?
really, you know?
You know what, guys?
He's
If this
boy.
is the reset about to happen, so just excuse me from this planet. Just let me
Whoa,
just go. Because what kind of stupid reset is this?
yeah.
We kill all the children, all the babies,
Mm-hmm.
and you talk about a
All
great
the
reset.
animals that ain't do nothing.
Oh, I apologize. I didn't even think about the animals. They kill all the animals except two by two.
2 by 2
And it's a reset.
and a reset.
What a failure of a God.
Yeah, a big
Failure
failure.
of a God.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because two people ate from this tree, which God planted himself.
Yeah.
Failure. Freaking
But
stupid
the
resets.
thing is that he was when I was listening to the video and I heard him talking about the hurricanes and so on and something to do that one is fulfillment of prophecy or the God thing. I was like, boss, it has to do with global warming because of the amount of carbon dioxide that has been put in the air.
So Cat 10 Ethernet cable. Cat 10.
I didn't even know there
Phil,
was a
you
Cat
said
10.
Phil, you
There's
said it's
Cat
Cat
6.
5.
There is 5E. There's
Cat 5.
5E. Cat
Okay, so Cat
6.
10.
Cat 6 is normally,
Okay.
but
Cat.
it still depends on the speed of the internet.
Do
I
you know
didn't
why?
even know
Do
there
you
was
know?
a Cat
Do you,
10, but
do you know why I'm laughing? Do you know why I'm
uh,
laughing?
you know. Oh, you mean
You know
Shani?
why I'm laughing?
Cat
No,
and
no,
Shani?
no,
No.
no, no. Phil, no. before before I turned on the stream to do this, I didn't
Uh-huh.
even know that this Ethernet cable actually had any numbers on it.
Oh,
I
oh,
didn't know
okay.
nothing about this cat 5, 6,
Five
whatever you
C,
call it.
yeah.
Just before we came on, you said something about cat 5. So you said go check your thing. I checked it. Cat 5. Oh, okay. It says cat 5.
5E, Cat 5E.
Now there's a cat 10.
Yeah, there's a Cat 6. I know you know there's a Cat 10.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, they'll be
Cat
thicker
10.
because
Okay. Thank
yeah,
you.
10 should be able to allow. Well, that's if the internet speed is like a
Is there anything else I
gig.
need to know about this
No,
whole live
but
streaming
the
business? Is there a
it's
number?
just,
Wait, hang
but
on.
you need to still call your internet thing and find out how much the upload speed
Is there a
is.
number on my ring light? Should my ring light be a certain number? Should
On
my
your
microphone be a certain number? No, because
no, mm-mm.
all right.
You ain't got nothing to do the like no.
Okay, all
Mm-mm.
right. Jeez.
And I always remember your fastest device still depends on the slower device.
Okay.
Whichever is slowest is not going to go any faster than the slowest device.
Mm,
So
mm,
even
mm.
if you have something faster, not necessarily, but
Okay.
yeah.
So Cannibal Safe says I run a cat 6. It works for my speed now, unless I've got everyone in the house gaming at the same time. Okay.
Oh,
Right. So there's cat
yeah,
6,
and
there's cat
Carnivorous,
10.
her problem is not the gaming, because the gaming will probably be more the download
Mm.
speed, but it's the upload speed that is the problem.
It's the upload
She got
speed.
very good download
Download
speed,
speed.
but it's the upload speed that
Yeah,
is very low.
if you say that the 20 uploads, then the problem is from them then.
It's from them
Okay,
most
I would
likely.
need to get on top of
Yeah,
that.
talk to
Okay.
them.
All right,
Hmm.
let's carry on with this video. It's
Okay.
nearly done.
Yeah.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
Perhaps. But what is it that we keep hearing this word, the great reset? And then you're hearing some
A great reset.
prophets of God saying that there's a wealth transfer. Well, let me tell you that.
Uh
This is something that I went before the Lord a few days ago.
a
But
wealth transfer. Phil,
when it's something that
A
I hear
wealth
people saying,
transfer
Phil,
I've
or
learned not
a
to
grift?
cast a vote.
Phil, make sure
Yeah.
to that you're going to need that information in a minute. So wealth transfer. Phil, you reckon you can show this video?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
share
Yeah.
it? So we're on
Yeah.
20 minutes 43.
Oh, yeah. 20, right.
I need to check
Or
on my
2043?
yes, I need to check on my son now. And check on him, make sure he's asleep. Because if he's not
Okay.
sleeping, we're in serious trouble first thing tomorrow morning.
Hmm. All right. 2043. Yeah. All right. Got
Right.
it.
So
I can share it.
make sure to uh put that in your little notepad, right?
The wealth transfer.
Wealth transfer. So we want to I'm
Mm-hmm.
curious, where is
I
this
curious.
wealth transferring from? If
Mm-hmm.
the end of the world means that these Christians are going to be up there with Jesus,
Yeah. What
what do they need
concern wealth for?
transfer of wealth for? So
You know?
I'll be back in a quick second. Let me go check on the young man.
Mm-hmm.
Because he might just think, oh, she's on a live stream, so I can just stay awake.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to go to bed. Okay,
Ah,
back in a second.
yeah. We press play.
When it's something that I hear people saying, I've learned not to cast a vote for or against, but to simply behave like a hung jury until I receive additional information before I can make a verdict, even for it or against it.
Sorry,
So I
people.
just decided to pray about it. And all of a
I
sudden, I started
forget.
getting a flux of emails from here and messages from there. And I began to inquire with different people concerning things. And I do believe that a transfer of wealth is going to come to those who are hearing from the Lord. Now, I'm not going
Okay, let me go back. Because we had at a very fast speed. Sorry about that, peeps.
cast a vote for or against, but to simply behave like a hung jury until I receive additional information before I can make a verdict, even for it or against it. So I just decided to pray about it. And all of a sudden, I started getting a flux of emails from here and messages from there. And I began to inquire with different people concerning things. And I do believe,
I need to go
let me
back
tell
a
you
little
this,
bit.
this is something that I went before the Lord a few days ago. All right. When it's something that I hear people saying, I've learned not to cast a vote for or against, but to simply behave like a hung jury until I receive additional
A
information before I can make a
Honduran?
verdict, even for it or against it. So I just
What?
decided to pray about it. And all of a sudden, I started
What's a
getting a
Honduran?
flux of emails from here and messages from there. And I began to inquire with different people concerning things. And I do believe that a transfer of wealth is going to come to those who are hearing from the Lord. Now, I'm not going to dig deep into that, but there are some things that God showed me that amongst people that I
Hang
have
on, Phil.
trusted,
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
let me
prophetic
pause
voices.
again.
Hang on, Phil.
Yeah,
The transfer of wealth is coming from who to who?
to the people of God, the people who transfer of wealth
Is going to
is
come to those who are hearing from the Lord.
to
Who are
those
hearing
who
from
are
the,
hearing from the Lord.
who are hearing from the Lord,
Well, so
Phil?
who's hearing from the Lord? That's a very good question. And again, which Lord?
Guys, who is hearing from the Lord?
Eh,
Okay, I know who's hearing from the Lord in here. Crimson Centurion. He must be hearing from the Lord. Crimson is, and
Hmm.
Scapegoat Iscariot too. He
Oh yeah.
he's hearing from the Lord.
Hmm.
They're going to be
Maybe
wealthy in no time, Phil.
I know I'm hearing
Oh,
from
not the
the
flying
flying
space
space
monkeys.
monkey. He's hearing from the Lord. Well, I am hearing from the flying space monkeys.
Wait, hang on. Where in the scriptures, where in the Bible does it say that wealth will transfer to in
Nowhere
these end times?
to
That
the.
somehow only
Mhm.
people who are hearing from the Lord are going to have a wealth transfer. Where does it say? Phil, please, can you help me? Quote the
There's
scripture,
no
please.
such scripture.
Where are these people getting this thing from?
They're getting from
Vision.
revelation,
Vision?
visions in their mind.
Hmm.
They whatever their mind concocts
Okay, whatever their mind just
comes up with,
conjured
and then
up.
conjures or comes up with they think, oh, this is from the Lord.
Okay,
Wealth. Hmm.
right. So hang on. So scapegoat is carried. Revelation 13:7 says that the beast will be given power to make war with the saints.
Yeah, and to overcome them.
Wait, hang
Well,
on, hang on. So the saints are going to be in a war.
in a war,
So
and that beast is going to overcome them.
so people like myself now who isn't a saint, I'll sit there and just be watching this war happening between the beast and God's people.
This is,
I think I'll just
uh,
get my popcorn, get my drink,
uh,
and sit there and just watch this fight
but
between the beast
unfortunately,
and
unfortunately for them, this already happened.
it's already
Because
happened.
the beast was referring to Nero and not some future event.
Beast.
So they are, yeah,
Some future beast, yeah.
no, it's not any future beast, unfortunately for them. But they think it's some future beast.
Right. Okay. But hang on. Hang on. Do we understand what's happening here? Revelations is the book by somebody who got a revelation.
Oh yeah,
Huh?
yeah,
You
yeah,
understand, Phil?
yeah.
Someone got a revelation, and somehow that person's revelation is somehow so it's relevant to today. I don't understand this.
Mm,
No, make it make sense. Phil, please.
it don't make sense.
Because it
And
makes no
again,
sense.
visions. Again, you got to question the mind of those people, that person who had this so-called vision or revelation. You know, today, as somebody pointed out, a person hearing voices,
Hmm.
you will say they need to go to psychiatrist or be admitted.
No,
But
I need to get my Bible
thing hearing
because
voices, religious people hearing voices, or it's a revelation.
wait, I need to hold on a second. I've got my Bible here, and just quickly, I want to look at. Aha. So it says here, the revelation to John, right? The revelation
Mm,
of John was written at a time when Christians were being persecuted
mm-hmm.
because of their faith in Jesus Christ as Lord. The writer's main concern is to give his readers hope and encouragement and to urge them to remain faithful during times of suffering and persecution. For the most part, the book consists of several series of revelations and visions presented in symbolic language that would have been understood by Christians of that day,
There.
but would have remained a mystery to all the others.
Mm,
As with the themes of a symphony, the themes of this book are repeated again and again in different
mm-hmm.
ways through the various series of visions, although
Mm-hmm.
there are differences of opinions regarding the details of the interpretations of the book. The central theme is clear. Through Christ the Lord, God will finally and totally defeat all his enemies, including Satan, and will reward his faithful people with the blessings of a new heaven and a new earth when this victory is complete. I feel
Mm, mm.
who sold these people this lie? Who did this to these people?
Man, plain old
Hang on.
man.
Verse 1. The chapter 1, verse 1 says, this book is the record of the events that Jesus Christ revealed.
Ah,
Huh?
but how do we know such that any Jesus reveal anything to them?
You know something? Jesus was here on earth and Jesus never mentioned a word of this stupid shit.
Revelation.
He
Correct.
mentioned nothing.
Nothing.
So they waited until after Jesus had gone, right? Their so
Yeah.
called Jesus had gone.
Mm-hmm. The
Now,
big MLMs.
he had gone, didn't even bother. And now, somehow, somebody somewhere just decides, Jesus revealed this one to me.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine
Big
how many people?
MLMs.
Can you imagine how many people were receiving revelations in those days?
Yep.
I can just imagine all sorts of people
And
having
because
all
they
sorts of
know
revelations,
about mental
disorders,
mental
disorders.
disabilities, disorders, yeah, mental
Ish.
disorders. So they assume as that's why I said person a person a regular person hearing voices, right, or claim to having visions or hearing voices, they will be said they need institutionalizing.
Hmm.
But a person who claims to hear the voice of God
Hmm.
and have or claims to be some minister or some prophet and hearing the voice of God, Is saying, yeah, it's a revelation.
It's a revelation. Phil,
But the
do you know?
persons are having the same or similar symptoms. A person who is delusional, who are claiming they are hearing voices, who sometimes, as I said, schizophrenia,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
even
Mm-hmm.
bipolar,
Mm-hmm.
that are not on the medication, will
Hmm.
hear their brain will play the tricks because
But
there's a chemical imbalance, especially in the brain. But
Phil,
as long as the person put God to it or Jesus to it, it is a revelation from Jesus or God.
Phil, even Jesus himself, God in flesh, God, the same yesterday, today, and forever, that one, didn't even recognize mental health disorders.
It disorders, correct.
Even
And then
him,
people were demonized.
even him could not look at somebody and say, okay, young man, you have a mental health dysfunction. We need to find some medication. Jesus spat on the floor and was doing this thing where he got his spit and the sand and put it on someone's eye. How about if Jesus had just gone into a laboratory and just made up some medicines together and say, okay, this one will cure your ailment. I think I would have had a bit more respect for this Jesus character, but for Jesus to now come and be talking with demons, him and demons that
Hmm.
having conversation, even Jesus could not recognize health problems. So why should anyone take him seriously? Why should anyway? Never mind. I think
Mm-mm.
I'm going a bit too. You guys are hearing the part of my brain how it works.
Yeah.
Every time I read this thing called the Bible, I just can't. I the Bible does something to me. When I open the Bible and read it,
No. Hmm.
I'm vexed. I'm vexed because these stories are bullshit.
Yeah. Real bullshit.
I don't see
Hi.
what these people see anymore. When I read the stories, I'm like, goodness,
Hmm.
how did? Never mind. Okay, all right.
Hi, Cynthia.
Cynthia, hey,
Hey, hey.
Jesus put mud in your
Well,
eye.
Jesus put, sorry. Jesus put mud in your eye.
Can you imagine? Can you
You
imagine?
know?
No, no, wait. No, Phil, just hang on. Just listen to this one, right? So
Uh-huh.
Jesus wants to heal somebody of their ailment, their eyes,
Yeah.
and then he draws
Spit.
out the and then
Oh, yeah,
spits on
hawk
him.
is up.
Yeah, it doesn't end there, right?
In
It
the
doesn't
mud.
end there. He
No.
now goes down on the floor, gets that little,
Scoop. Straight
just
in the mud.
rubs it, because we need it,
Yeah, mixed in.
and now grabs it.
And rub it
Listen,
on the
I will tell
person's
Jesus,
eyes.
Jesus, thanks. Thank you.
You,
Keep
you know how
your
much red eye Jesus give the person? How
eyes.
much red
Jesus,
eye?
please. Thank you.
With all
Now,
that
now
bacteria,
yeah, keep your spittle to yourself. Ugh.
you know? And maybe some herpes inside the herpes
Few
inside the spit.
said
You know, there's something some people call
herpes.
inward fever,
Oh
right?
my.
That people get
Few
that's
said
not
it's
necessarily
herpes.
sexually transmitted, but
Uh,
is caused by a herpes type virus, right? And you get these sores on the lips. So imagine,
is it like
and
those
then the
is it like
uh,
those Jewish priests that go and suck
oh
on little
yeah,
babies
oh yeah,
circumcised
oh my gosh,
bits and
yeah,
transfer the herpes
uh, they're
from
all
their
there.
mouth to the baby's
Ooh,
mm, mm.
Yeah, and then you see the thing is, if you take dust and you put this like the dust and you're gonna put in person, you put in bacteria into the person and fungi and other stuff that cause infection.
mm, mm,
So
mm.
that common sense, it just shows you how stupid the
Oh,
God of the Bible is and how stupid Jesus was.
a Jesus logi. Logi? Logi. Ugh, gross.
Yeah, and
Ah,
Jesus.
sorry. I don't care who you are. Please, just
No,
keep your
it's
saliva to yourself.
ridiculous. And telling
Mm.
people what goes into a person don't defile the person, but what
It's
comes
what
out.
comes out.
Then also is the shit that comes out that defile the person.
I feel it's what comes out. Oh my
Oh,
gosh, of defiled
oh
saliva.
goodness! So you
Mm.
don't have to wash your hands.
Oh,
Then you
please.
know that there are germs, and that's what we said.
All right.
Or perfect God should know.
Phil,
It's just, ugh.
let's save these people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's pardon them because that's
Uh,
just too much.
too
Oh
much.
my goodness, that's too much. That's too much. Mm-mm-mm.
Ah. But the thing
Ah,
is, yeah, these persons here speaking, this guy speaking, they're just following the tradition of stupidity
gee.
and
Mm, mm,
stupid
mm,
talk
mm, 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 mm,
that
mm,
the
mm.
Bible portrays
Oh my
on
god.
intelligent stuff.
Mm. And
And then the Bible talk about wisdom.
that's where it's so
That is
heartbreaking,
not
isn't it?
wisdom.
That's
Hmm?
where it's heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking.
I don't need a philosophy degree to work out
No, you
that
don't need a
the
philosophy
contents
degree.
the contents of this book is bullshit.
Correct.
I don't need what do you call those people? The pre-sop
The
arguments
presuppositionalists.
to work
Yeah,
out that is all bullshit in here. I
yeah.
don't need all that.
Or the Kalam cosmological argument, the
You only need to read
philosophical
it.
argument. Just read it.
You only need to
Yeah,
read it. You work it out yourself.
read it.
Well,
Eyes
that's
open.
if you're truly doing if you're truly critically thinking and uh
Yep,
uh you're logically reasoning.
yep,
Mm.
yep. Oh boy.
Hence the name, the Bible. Mm. Someone I saw a comment here. Dr. Cyrus says Jesus is coming. He has been coming for the last how many thousands of years. His cup is not full yet to come. So uh, I think we still need a bit more come for him to come. Yeah. Mhm. Jeez. All
Hmm.
right, Phil, let's finish
Mm-hmm.
this video. Are you on
Okay.
1.5?
Yeah, I am
Okay, good.
1.5.
Okay. Because
I
he's
had
so
it on
slow.
1.75 and it was going really
He's so
fast.
slow.
But yeah, he's slow. That's why I
Mm.
tell you he's slow.
Now, I'm not going to dig deep into that, but there are some things that God showed me that amongst people that I have that are trusted
Mm.
prophetic voices that I trust, that God has been dealing with them in that particular interest because they had a desire for it. Me personally. Let me just be honest. I didn't have a desire when it comes to talking about investments and different things. I used to work in the markets. All right, I used to work in that field. So once I got a taste of it, when you think that everybody is smiling in your face because they really want you to become wealthy and they're just selling you something so they can become wealthy. And you do have some that are concerned about your well-being, but check with your advisor to make certain that you're getting the best advice. And so I just have a tendency not to mix that with ministry at this point. But now there is a need to. There is a need to understand.
The griff, the griff,
Mm.
the griff.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
The griff. And yeah, as you said before, he was talking about the Great Reset, and so the so he was saying before something about not Doris coming. Oh gosh, but yeah, he's looking to make money.
Mm.
If it's soon all over.
Hmm. You
Saying
know,
that
you
things are
know,
happening.
you know something, and this is where I have a problem with the whole idea of the Christian God, the
Mm-hmm.
God of the Bible. This idea that this God somehow selects a few people for his work. He finds
Mm-hmm.
this select few to reveal his message, to reveal his plan. It's for me that's problematic because it's just like my mom, right? Imagine my mom would always tell us, look, there were four of us, and my mom would tell us, I have no favorites. I have no favorites, right? You are all loved by me. What one will get, the other will get too. She never made any of us feel like you you were more loved than the other. We felt
Mm-hmm.
that love equally. Now, there were times when you would do something wrong and she would scold you, and you know, I get that. But what this God, the God of the Bible, what he does is this. When you're good, he's good with you. You're his friend. Yeah. But the moment you don't do what he wants, that's it. You're either punished for the rest of your, just and this God has prepared the place for the
Mm-hmm.
eternal torture of the people that he doesn't like, right? The
Mm-hmm.
people that go against him, he has prepared. So there's just no escaping from this God and his us and them mentality. The moment you're no longer a
Mm.
part of them, you're now, you know, I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. I don't like the God of the Bible. Sorry. I do not
Mm-hmm.
like that God. I don't like what he stands for. Don't like what his message is. Don't like his son and the whole narrative of his son and the ghost. The final uh uh the final person in the whole uh the Trinity. I don't like them three because whatever they stand for, it's not good for humanity at
Mm-hmm.
all. That you will come and insert yourself inside this young virgin because why? Anyway, never mind. Let's carry on because
Yeah.
this is just me in my head just
Spiritually, and there
going on.
will be financial repercussions because of it. I keep seeing this, the same thing that God showed me 2 years ago. All of a sudden, people kept saying, when I was mentoring, I'm having these strange dreams. I keep seeing corn in like a container. Multiple people kept
Corn.
saying corn,
Sweet
corn.
corn,
See, so
Corn. Sweet
I'm like,
corn.
what is this? And all of a sudden, I had a dream about a
Roast corn.
cow. I saw this big
cow.
fat cow, and it just fell.
Oh.
Boom. I said, okay, I think I know what they're referring to now. When we're talking about corn, this is what Joseph interpreted the dream. When Joseph interpreted the dream of Pharaoh, Pharaoh was seeing corn.
Hmm.
So then it started making sense to me. Now there are multiple people who keep having this particular dream.
Hmm.
And it's really not a dream the way they present it. They see it as a vision. Watch this. Now, I am in no way, shape, form, or fashion giving you any investment advice. And to all of my prophetic friends who are out there telling people things that God showed you, I'm not telling you that God didn't show you that, but just be certain that you put the disclaimer up that you're not giving people investment advice, because in the great United
Investment
States of America,
advice.
you need to put that disclaimer out there, because if someone, because I just received an email today of someone said, I heard this prophet say that to invest in this type of investment. And then I found out that they are false prophet. And the reason they're saying that is because they bought something today, and they might buy something today, and next week the price may drop. And then, all of a sudden they're ready to call the person that told them that a false prophet. And then 3 months from now, it may skyrocket because people don't understand the markets. All right. So present
Really.
information professionally if you're
There.
going to do that. That's why I kind of just steer clear of it. But I'm going to
Really.
share this vision that God has been
But
given
people
to many people
lost
that keep reaching
money.
out to me. In this
That
vision,
it
there were multiple
skyrocket
people
or not.
who said they will see like just these numbers, and they know that it's the stock market. All right.
Hmm.
Then all of a sudden they see those numbers just falling. You can just hear them falling.
All of a
And all of a
sudden,
sudden you can hear
mm-mm.
a crash.
Yes.
Boom. And it's like they report hearing the news talking about how the stock market has crashed. Now, I've had individuals that I pray with personally to share this with me. All right. Then I have had people who just would email me this same scenario saying that they've had this particular dream. I've had people to email
Really,
me the same dream that they went into grocery stores and they saw that there was nothing in the grocery store on the shelf. It's as
Hmm.
if these warnings they keep coming.
but of
Phil,
course, if people are praying to, they are going to
you're going to
see,
see all these
especially
things.
all of these things, especially the in terms of if they're being influenced. Okay, the news, they're saying that they couldn't get corn out of or grain out of Ukraine. Ukraine is one of the biggest suppliers of grain. And then, of course, it was saying because now what is happening, the war is causing, making it, along with the um, along with the coming out of the COVID, it has been difficult to for shipments and so on
Yes.
to countries. Of course, that will indicate or suggest, well, some market, some places will probably have not have as much stock on their shelf as before. So
Yeah.
people now are projecting.
Mm-hmm.
From that, that is not a revelation. Come on. These guys are so dishonest.
They are. And you know something? Um, you know, these men, what they do, they talk about seeing all these visions
Yeah,
and they prime you talk about priming.
I mean, yeah.
They prime these people to
Mm-hmm.
invest their money
Money,
because
yeah.
there's this great end time coming. Phil,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Phil, what are the chances that the businesses that they want the people to invest in are also owned by these same
Mm-hmm.
people, by the
Yeah.
same people who are putting these ideas
These
in these
ideas, yeah.
people's minds?
Yeah.
That this is all just a there's a scheme, this grand scheme. We put
Mm-hmm.
the fear in these people, and guess what? Just like somebody you talk about MLM,
Yeah.
right? Someone has a company, let's see, manufacturing um plastic containers, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A Christian uh, pastor or whatever,
Yeah. Yeah.
plastic containers. He has this business and now starts putting fear in the people. This end time, you're
Yeah.
going to need the plastic containers to collect
Mm-hmm.
tomatoes and onions, and you better go and
Yeah.
invest in plastic containers. The people will not understand what's going on and what
Correct.
exactly these people are doing,
Mm-hmm.
but these these ones, the select what do you call this, the few that run the whole thing, they know what's going on.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They keep coming. They keep coming in these manners. And then people say they try to tell their family members and they just laugh and tell them, oh, God is going to provide all of our needs. And he's telling you now, you need to do this. You need to get your house in order. He's
Mhm.
giving you the message now to go do things that need to be done. And so now I'm bringing all of these things out into the open because I've been saying this for months now. All right. In some cases, years, technically, that
Years
famine, drought, and many other things are emerging, and we need to be prepared.
emerging, they were always here,
Mhm. Mhm. No,
and
they're,
then
they're
it
emerging.
gotten worse because again, that's why I said, oh gosh, because of
Feel.
the global warming issue.
A lot of these people deny this global warming.
Yes.
They don't. They would rather see these things as events that have been
Mm-hmm.
um, predicted by the books. than to accept that there is a global warming uh, happening
Mm-hmm.
around the world. No, it's easier for them to accept that. No, my Bible said it. My Bible said there's going to be this, there's going to be that, God
Yep.
said it, than to believe the words of people like David Attenborough and all those kind of people, the scientists and the
Mm-hmm.
people who, go and they test the ground, they test all the things they see. They're out there doing the work. But no,
Mm-hmm.
you'd rather believe the ancient book.
Yep.
Mhm.
People
George,
that have no
George, George Lucas says you should buy corn now. Hey, George Lucas.
you buy corn.
Can you
uh,
imagine? Guys, can you imagine someone having a dream about corn?
mm,
Huh?
mm.
You go to
My
sleep.
gosh.
I'm not saying it's impossible. It is possible. If I go to sleep tonight and dream about corn, I will wake up the next day, right? And that's
Mm-hmm.
it. The dream ends there. Had a dream about corn and finished, done. That dream means nothing. It was only a dream. If I started putting meaning into everything I dream about, my goodness, I would be a wreck of a person. I won't be able
Yeah.
to. 'Cause tomorrow, I might dream about knickers, right? I might
Mm.
dream about. Well, I've been trying to buy myself some new bras, so I bought some, and they came, and they're a bit too big, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's been on my mind all day because I've got to return it. So if I start dreaming now about
Oh
bras
yeah.
and knickers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I wake up tomorrow, I've had the dream about bras. What would the interpretation of my dream be then? God is trying to give everyone a breast lift or what?
Good one.
No,
Uh,
because it's bigger
yeah.
cup size than I am. Right?
Right.
I have the
Right.
right. I had went did the fitting. They gave me my size. Ordered online. Come, it's not the
Mm-hmm.
wrong size. So could that be God is trying to tell people to
So
get
people,
breast
yeah.
augmentation?
Yeah, or that everybody can end up with big breasts,
Yes,
including
yes,
men.
yes. It could be. Could be something. So,
Mm.
guys, tomorrow I'll let you know what my dream is all about. I might just dream of knickers. Maybe God wants everyone to wear G strings instead of full briefs. dream, dream about corn.
Drink. I see you remember what I said the other night. I drank about
What did you?
cats.
Oh, you dream about cats.
Cats, yeah, and cats attacking me, attacking people. But this is
Phil,
after, believe it or not, it's after we
Phil,
spoke about Shani and cats.
You had a dream about
Yeah, I
cats.
had a dream about cats and
Those are
cats
the
attacking people.
those are the demons.
Yeah, and then the dogs attack the cat to stop
All
the
right.
cat. So those are
I'll
probably
leave my other
angels.
photo.
But yeah, they had a sinister
Honey.
motive. So hmm. Well. Mm-mm. Dreams upon dreams. They're saying your young man shall dream dreams and have visions. Oh my gosh. These guys, oh, not easy. The grifters.
Prepared for what lies ahead. I can't tell, amen, all that the Lord is sharing with me now, but I am encouraged to know that in the end, the people of God win. There may be some ups, some downs, some challenges that we will face, but in the end, we will win. I'm seeing a
Really.
lot of angelic movements, and the Lord had to explain.
Ooh, angelic
Angelic movements.
movements. What about angelic movements? Where are they?
Angelic movement. Where are they moving to?
Where are they moving
Wait,
to
are they
and
moving?
from?
When it says angelic movement, are they packing up? from one house to another, or what? What kind of movement are these people moving?
I don't know. Are they moving stuff from one house to another? Hmm,
Angelic
good
movements.
question. Well. Hmm.
God.
Explain to me that these are not just ordinary angelic and demonic movements. These are
Wait.
Wait, so angelic movements and demonic movements.
Yeah,
Everyone's
but
moving.
he
Phil,
said it's not
Phil,
just
get your
ordinary
bags.
angelic.
Phil, come on, it's time to move. I've got my bags. Everyone's moving. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go.
Phil, come
Let's
on.
get up. I got
The
my bag back
angels are
here.
moving. Demons are.
And
Everybody's moving. Come
everybody's
on, Phil.
moving. Yeah.
This is my
I
makeup
wanted to
bag. I've got
move in there.
me. I don't mind.
So
I
I
don't
see
need
you're moving to
anything.
Barbados.
Yes, yes. Got my makeup bag. I'm ready. Off. Everybody's moving.
I got
Angels are
moved to
moving.
another part of
Demons are
Barbados.
moving. Everything's
Demons are
moving.
moving.
Jesus Christ. God Almighty. Just move.
Oh boy.
what we are called, what are called battle formations,
Battle
meaning
for
that the spiritual
me.
forces of heaven are taking up battle formations, and the
Whoa.
people of God need to be battle ready.
So demons
Whoa.
are still in heaven. You realize? Based on what you just said.
You, Phil, Phil,
Uh,
heaven is ready for a war.
hmm.
Why would I want to go
But,
to that kind of place?
you know,
If it's just going to be the battle formation. Listen, everyone now is, what do you call it when the army is
but
getting ready for war?
but he didn't say it was heaven and hell get doing battle formation. He says heaven is battle formation. So is he
Okay,
saying
all
then the
right.
demons? That's the demons are there in heaven too.
I don't know where these people. I don't know where these people are going to do this battle. Hmm. All right.
Sounds like the more mans.
I honestly don't know. Till
Yeah, you
says let's
know.
go. My makeup bag is packed. Everything's ready. I'm ready to go.
Uh, and Dr. Cyrus says warp speed. Helmsman, you
Ah,
warp
I'm
speed. Ready to go. Quick, quick.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on, let's go. Angels are moving. Demons are moving. Esther is on the move too. But I don't know where I'm going to though, but I'm going somewhere.
Oh
God
gosh.
Almighty.
Are you going by British Airways or Virgin Atlantic or KLM or American
I'm
Airlines?
no, Phil. I'm going to be raptured. That's where I'm going.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
I'm not
no, not raptured. You're going to be beam up.
beam up.
Yeah,
All
beam me up,
right.
Scotty. Yeah, beam up. Yeah,
Aha.
that sure
Anything.
work.
But no, I'm not going by plane.
And
No,
and
no,
and,
no.
and the beaming up, your personality is never changed.
Ah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
Ah, okay.
Meaning we need to have on the armor of God, praying like never before.
Cynthia is ready. See?
So, uh,
Anywhere my sister's going, I'm
going,
going
yeah.
to. Anywhere
Anywhere sis
Cynthia
is
is going.
going, we going.
Cynthia, my bag is packed. Let's go.
Oh gosh.
In this hour, because wickedness has risen like never before. In this month of
Like
October,
never before, wickedness has risen. Really, according
Mm,
to Steven Pinker's, the best angels of our nature, you're living in better times than back in Jesus' time and the medieval Dark Ages time. So I don't know what is he considering wickedness? What I consider wickedness is trying to grift people and spreading lies.
mm-mm,
Anyway.
mm-mm.
that is upon us, or coming upon us, we need to be prepared to pray during this month of October. I'm going to
Why?
call a fast. Amen. Stay tuned for what the fast is going to be and when it's going to be. But I'm going to call a fast for this.
This very got a serious problem.
All right, Phil. Let's hear what it is.
These always calling for fast. How many years? Almost the whole number of years of my life calling for fast for
Mm,
this for that, and nothing
nothing
changes.
happens.
I've heard this shit before. I grew up in this
Phil,
shit. I grew up in this.
I did too. And Phil,
And
let me
nothing
tell you,
changed.
let me tell you why this is frustrating. Because once upon a time, we used to be told that if you could not fast till 6 p.m.,
Yeah.
that you were a weak Christian,
Yeah.
that there was something wrong with you. I could not fast till 6 p.m. Phil, what I tell you what used to happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
On the day there was no fast, I could go on and just not eat. It wouldn't bother me at all, right? But
Uh-huh.
the day they declare a fast, that day for some reason, that's the day I wake up and the hunger just starts to just, it's gnawing at me like this in my tummy. It's like, eat,
Mm-hmm.
eat. I don't know why that used to happen, right?
Right.
Feel if I make it to 12 o'clock, oh, that's a good day.
Wow.
When it is
Wow.
not a fast day, I can go past 12, 1 o'clock,
Uh-huh.
2 o'clock. I'm not eating, it wouldn't bother me. But the day
Right.
there is a fast, I'm desperately hungry. I could never understand it. But you know what they would tell us then?
That's the devil.
The
It's
devil.
demons
The
trying
devil doesn't want devil doesn't want you
to do
to get your
fast.
blessings.
Mm-hmm. To get your
There is a
blessings. Yep.
blessing after the fast,
Mm-hmm.
and the devil doesn't want you to get those blessings. That's why.
Mm-mm. Mm. Mm.
See all the things
Mm-mm.
that we put ourselves through.
Mm-mm. You know?
month of
All
October
for what?
because I believe we
Listen, but and one of the other reason why this got me so upset is because I personally see it happen where somebody talk about they're going into fast, then something doesn't happen, they are injured, seriously injured,
Mm, like
then have to
like
seek
like
medical.
like telling a diabetic to fast.
Yes,
Hmm?
yes, yes. And then if they fast, or it's not it's because God command the fast, nothing will happen to them, and a lot of crap.
I'm calling for a fast. You're calling. Who are you? Calling for people to deny themselves of food. I'm calling for a fast. Ugh.
But
I
you know
just,
what will be
I don't know.
interesting?
I
You
don't
know,
know.
you say that doing try and find out how persons who are being harmed or how many people are being harmed who are diabetics and
Hmm.
did fasting and was harmed. Although you find
Hmm. You
the
think a
usual
lot of
rhetoric is
people,
that it's the
you think,
devil.
I don't think you will get a good,
No, you wouldn't
a
because
lot of people won't attribute it to the fast.
correct,
Will
correct.
attribute it to the
The devil.
devil
Yeah.
tempting them. Because you don't forget, if Jesus could be tempted, who are you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You are just insignificant. And if Jesus could be tempted, then that's just a temptation.
Yeah.
So I don't think you will get true if someone was to do research now to find out, who's been harmed by a fast. I don't think you get a true representation. I don't think you get the real figures, because people would
Mm-hmm.
not. How do you go telling somebody who's believed all their life that fasting is a spiritual thing? They used to tell us that fasting draws you closer to God.
Yeah.
When you have no food in your tummy,
But
no
then you have
drink
no
as well,
food and coming
you're
really,
able to see God. You
that's
can
what it
see
is.
God clearly.
See, well, of
Not
course you
knowing,
start.
not knowing that
Mm-hmm.
it's your body the
Body.
starving, how
Yeah.
you starved yourself. It's the body's way
Mm-hmm.
of trying to, I don't know how it
Yeah,
works,
it's
but
it's almost like deprivation of
hmm,
glucose. The brain needs glucose in order to function and think clearly. So if it's like seeing, when someone goes into the desert, have no food, water for what,
mm-hmm,
or
mm-hmm.
food, they start to see mirages.
Devil cares for you. he
And I
knows
think
you
that's
are
probably what
hungry.
happened. Probably what happened with Jesus. 40 days, 40 nights.
No, but
In
this
this
is
story, he
facts.
started to hallucinate,
This is facts.
and
This
is
right
that.
here is facts. The devil is saying, dude, if you don't eat, you're going to starve. You better eat something. That man up there, that one wants to kill you. That one who calls himself
Oh
God,
gosh.
he's about to kill you. You better eat.
Uh,
Don't worry, there's
mm-hmm.
no heaven, there's no hell. You just eat and let's enjoy
Mm,
life.
mm, mm.
My goodness.
Goodness
This is
me.
what the
Gosh.
serpent came. The serpent came and told
Yeah.
Eve, said, look, if you eat, you'll be like your eyes will open. You better eat of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Oh
Well, well,
man.
well. Oh gosh.
Need to be at our best, calling on the name of the Lord, and
Okay.
not, amen, at the least that we can put up or put out during this season. I'm almost out of time, but I do want to pray before I cut off
Oh gosh.
tonight, because I
You
believe it's
think
essential that we hear from God properly concerning what He is saying.
Hear from God
okay,
properly, so
so they
the people are
haven't
not,
heard from God properly yet.
you know.
They're still trying to pray.
Wait,
Wait.
wait. I
So
think what he's
you
saying, right?
wait.
Okay.
You want to go and pray. Talk to God, beg God. God, please tell us what you're about to do, what's going to happen. Because your God somehow has to remain mysterious, has to hide these things from you. So now he needs
Mm,
you in a place of prayer to
you know,
come begging him
begging
to
him to
please
properly
to properly reveal. He's
feel,
only revealed bits here
but
and there.
you know what he's also saying? He's saying, "Oh God, reveal it properly to me." But you who ain't getting the
Oh,
same
okay.
revelation as me, they ain't revealed properly to you.
Phil, this is the problem with this religion called
Yeah.
Christianity. Unfortunately. Oh, by the way, Phil, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
So we've just been through 20 something minutes of this man's stream video
Yeah.
titled The Spiritual Implications of the Queen's Death. Now, my question to you, Phil, is after watching this, because this is a part two.
Me, this one and the one before.
That's right. So,
Yeah.
what are the spiritual implications of the Queen's
Yeah.
death?
Zilch.
Hmm?
Zilch.
Because we need to go and
Nothing.
pray. We need to go and pray to God now to go and
Nothing.
find it out.
Nothing. He has not even shown any spiritual implications. Nothing.
Jesus
Just a
Christ.
bunch of rhetoric.
Phil, how many thousands of people have viewed this video?
Oh yes. Oh yes. We
Oh
always have to check
gosh.
the thousands of people.
And not just that, the comments.
Oh my gosh.
What are people
16,791.
what are the comments people are
Oh
making?
yes, the
I can
comments.
imagine some people would be there
Let me
saying,
zoom in.
"Oh,
Let
go on,
me zoom.
brother. Go on, pastor. You are the best. You have clearly seen God. God has spoken to you through you. God is oh my God. We'll be kissing his
Wow.
ass in the chat."
Yeah. Yeah. So I think you should be able to see that there. Good. Yeah. That was a powerful message,
Here we
Pastor
go.
Harrington.
Here we go.
You see? You're
Powerful
right.
message.
I needed to hear that message during this hour. God bless you and your family. Jeez, bride. Wait,
Praise.
that's how I discovered this ministry last weekend. I just knew that there was more to this and needed to get a sense of any thinking of what's really going on.
Listen to this.
What?
Someone said, my wife and I literally put in a will this week.
What?
Will. They're already making their wills. This is, well, making a will is a good thing, don't get me wrong. But don't make the will because of a bloody message from your pastor. Do it because this is something you're doing to, you know,
Mm-mm.
after you're gone.
Mm.
Jesus.
Oh my
See,
gosh.
listen, someone says, looking forward to what the Most High instructs you to share with us on fasting. I pray we all become battle ready for what will happen in this land.
Wow, wow, wow.
This video should be considered as one of your classics, Mr. Harrington. I feel this is going to be a most colorful time in England now for the
Wow.
reasons you mentioned. Plus, people want to challenge King Charles.
Wow. Well, 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 well. Ah,
Anyway,
uh, oh gosh. Wow.
God has chosen me and my king from Nigeria.
Wow, wow, wow.
But hang on, let me read this. Good evening, thank you. I believe I think three white looking things fly in front of you.
Hmm?
I don't know if anyone else saw it. God bless you and your family. So there was three white things flying in front of him. Ah, and then someone responded, I came to the comments to see if anyone else saw it. I saw them. Someone says, another person says, I saw them as well. I thought something was moving on my phone. They're seeing things
It's
flying in
the
front of him.
the prime.
Listen to this. Latoya Smith Primo says, Brother Harrington, I had a dream about corns too. And my husband and I went and stocked up on a few cans.
A few
Huh?
can. A
Of
few.
corn.
A coin.
Eh?
Uh.
Phil.
Wow. Wow.
Phil.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
This
Uh.
one says, I had a dream of an open vision, and I saw ears of fat green I saw ears of fat green ears
Green
of
ears
corn.
of corn.
I heard
I
increase was
increase was
coming.
coming.
Increase is coming.
Increase is coming. Oh, does it reset? What was the R Nation?
I don't know what that is. That our nation
I think brother the R Nation do have the weapons. Do a little bit of research on that one.
it's terrible.
Our nations are republic nations.
Mm. Well, Phil,
I don't know.
I guess Christianity calls for this is a conversation that needs to carry on. And we will carry on
Yeah,
speaking on this religion. Never mind those people. Someone came in my chat and said, oh, are you not doing exactly the same thing the Christians are doing? Uh, are you not being bigoted or something like that along those lines? But here we are, people are being told
hurt.
that all these things
Mm-hmm.
are going to happen because of someone's vision,
Yeah.
dream, whatever John in the book was having. You know, it's terrible, man. The queen is dead. Let her just die in peace. Just
Yeah.
leave the woman alone. That woman was, you just I don't know why things need to happen now that the queen is dead. Why? What is this? What? I don't get it.
I
I
don't
just
get it.
don't.
We have a super sticker.
Do
Yeah.
we? Oh,
Yes.
thank you, Ian
And
Davenport. Thank
Davenport.
you. Oh
Oh
yes,
yeah.
I have that GoFundMe as well. Dad's funeral is in a few days.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah. Yeah.
challenges. You got the link for that?
Hmm?
The link for the
Girlfriend.
yeah, so close to the
The
goal. Very,
it
very
was
close.
three last time I checked it was
Yeah,
355.
350 something.
But I haven't checked
I haven't checked it today as well. It's just been
the
so busy.
is
So
yeah
busy with the plans and
the
stuff.
plans and so on. But
Mm.
Beautiful. Um,
Thank you. Thank you. Do you still duel do they
Three
still
Crown.
duel for the crown? Who's dueling for the crown?
Doing,
Who's dueling for the crown?
no, I
I
mean,
don't know. Who's dueling for
like
the crown?
sword fight, sword fighting, dueling.
The persecution complex. Uh, so love uses and leave uses. Thanks, Esther and Reverend Grant, for your hard work. Thank you. We
Thanks.
appreciate it. Oh,
We
and the persecution
appreciate
complex of the persecutor. The persecution complex of the
complex.
persecutors. It's
Wow.
always interesting to see. Yes, Carnival say absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah,
It's
I had the link. Um, let me see, girlfriend. Yep, 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 yep.
got
Ah,
it.
got it. Yep, got it, got it, got it.
'Cause once I log out here, need to go. I got to be off
Copy.
first thing tomorrow morning.
Oh, yes. All right, you want me to post it in the
Yes, please.
comments? Yes.
Too lazy right now. Just uh,
All right, that's the
after
thing.
going through nearly 2 hours of this madness,
It was,
my brain can't take anymore.
yeah.
But Phil,
Ah,
quick question
mm-hmm.
before we go. How
Let
did
me
we
get the
once,
copy link.
once upon a
Yeah.
time, once upon a
Mm-hmm.
time, we too once believed all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Did you once believe all
Uh,
this?
Yeah,
I
especially younger, but I started questioning stuff after my episode in college. So
mm, no, but
gradually,
I believed it for a very long time.
long
I
time.
did.
Me too. I believed it for a very long time.
I believed in the rapture. In fact,
It's-
I remember
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I remember when I was in my 20s. I remember going to church and they put on a special program in church. They invited this man to come and talk to us about the end times, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this man, he had the whiteboard and he was putting all these numbers and all these figures, this
Mm-hmm.
year equals that year and this year equals this year. He did all this whole, I could not
Mm.
understand what he was trying to do. But the bottom
Mm-hmm.
line of what everything he did was to tell us that from his calculations, he would not die before the rapture takes place. He will be alive, right?
Mm.
Because he has worked out when the rapture
Mm-hmm.
is going to take, sort of, he has an idea, and that he would still be alive, right, for the rapture. He's not going to see death. And I was thinking, okay, so all right, so but what has that got to do with us here? But at the time I thought, okay, he must know what he's talking about. That's how I put it. He must know, because the church would not have invited him to come and do all of this without, there must be some truth to what he's talking about. And now I think back, it was so bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
And that's okay. Yeah, the GoFundMe is now at 380.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you,
Yeah.
each and every one of you. I appreciate you all.
120
Thank
more.
you.
Yep.
It's like the members of the KKK down here getting upset that they can't burn crosses. They can't burn crosses.
Oh wow. Oh gosh,
Persecution
man.
complex. Huh? The
Yeah.
persecutors have now become the persecuted. Mm, 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 mm.
Mm.
Well, Phil,
Yeah.
we live to review another day.
Review another day.
We'll be back. We'll be back with more.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you all
Thank
very
you
much.
all
Good
very
night,
much.
all of you. We'll see
Good
you soon,
night.
tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
Yeah,
So, Phil,
tomorrow.
ready for the G Man stream tomorrow?
Oh,
Yes?
G-Man. Yep.
Yes? Okay, good, good. We'll sort that out. All right, guys. Good night. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
second, I know you feel the beat. Do you feel the rhythm?
Phil,
Yeah,
was that video playing or no?
it was playing.
It was?
Yeah, it
Oh,
was playing.
it was?
Yeah.
Okay, because it looked like it wasn't playing.
Do you have a moment? And this very second, I know you